Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars Days Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on bottom right side is the blue Gage, we got average underscore Joe, and so on top left side is the red Judy, we got Matemon. This replay was submitted to me, but I won't reveal who submitted to me until the end of the game, because it also gives an indication of who actually wins loots, because most times people submit the replays in that they generally win. I always give props to those who submit replays who get or lose it as well. When it comes to COs, Judy's course of custom COs, reduced boarding cost, 3 Redis, 0 expansion, 0 energy, unknown designer, and of course the one of the players of the community for the numerical setup. I think that's just referencing the design of what the CO is supposed to do. When it comes to the day-to-day, provides all units plus 20% offense, plus 10% defense, and of course 30% salvage, no power, no superpower. When it comes to Gage has been buffed for the card's counterpart, has standard boarding cost, 2 Redis, 30, 60, 60. All units get plus 10, plus 20% defense. Indirect units and naval units get additional plus 20% offense. CO unit himself get additional 20% offense. So if you load himself up into a tank, he gets just simply plus 30, plus 20. No, plus 30, yeah. Plus 30, plus 20. If he loads himself up into an artillery piece, he gets additional plus 50, plus 20%. So, he is more specialized for, of course, indirects, but his CO unit's still pretty good. When it comes to superpower, provides all of that global. All CO units get that plus 20% offense, and all indirect units get plus 2 max range. So, let's get started. This map does have a strong side, weak side mechanic. You got the weak side, which is only one base, and your HQ. Strong side has 2 bases. You also got an airport, which is technically on the weak side, but can easily go to the strong side no problem just by going north and or south of the winter. Additionally, both players do start with aircraft carrier, primarily just so you get access to seaplanes. And a temporary airport to keep that thing supported for your supply. If you finally get a seal with global damage, make sure you pull the aircraft carrier off the seaport there, so it doesn't have to worry about any sort of attrition repairs. Does boost the infantry unit there from the gunboat. Excuse me, I'm getting hiccups. With a little bit of micro, you can also boost mechs forward to the same distance for the first turn. Just gotta move the gunboat. Bike infantry, and does weight the aircraft carrier, you monster. Infantry, and bikes. So, got some bikes being deployed in the field with both sides. More infantry, more bikes. There's also a pair of compounds in the corners, which are contestable, though they're pretty safe for one player or another, but if you fail in defense, your opponent will seize it. Judy has 10,000 funds, so maybe tank infantry. We got tank infantry. First Gage in here, probably next turn, and then second one will be the bike retaliating. Another tank. 14,000 income versus 12,000 income. CO's tank. Got an artillery piece, infantry. So Gage right now has 2 artillery pieces. He's just going for a healthy number of tanks. It's the bike there, out of range the artillery. But the artillery can release range to city there, so it can interrupt any captures. Maybe good idea to push the artillery to the woods here, but of course it'd be a little bit exposed. Ruins only provide 1-star defense, like planes. They're effectively a planes you can hide on. Which I always find weird. I always thought the ruins should be 2-star defense in match cities, but that is simply not the case. Tank infantry. Spike does get hit. Hits Spike again. Hits infantry. Getting a lot of salvage here. Hit Gage's tank there. It's another infantry unit there. So Gage is seeing a lot of free hits there. Recon anti-air waits carrier, you monster. Tank. With enough salvage, able to squeeze out a third tank this last turn. Battlecopter, infantry, and anti-air. Recon spots the infantry. The artillery is of course nice and safe and hid in the woods. Spots the artillery a little bit too late now. We'll be able to shell that infantry no problem, while the other infantry just gets gunned down by the bike and infantry. Judy does pull back her tanks. Now got a nice core of tanks here and a full artillery or rocket there. Oh, I thought the bike's going to strike that infantry unit there. It's simply not the case. The recon will get a good shot onto that artillery along with the infantry unit there. Tank battlecopter, artillery, and commit space skip. Yeah, I guess this infantry will not be struck. I thought that infantry unit would be struck. Spots a bike. And it looks like the artillery does not get struck this turn. Thought it would. Units pushing way forward. Anti-air, battlecopter, infantry, and recon. Battlecopter sitting up north. We do have an anti-air here. And of course battlecopter as well, so there's a proper counter to said battlecopters. Tank here and on top of the HQ, artillery in the woods. Trying to capture the temporary seaport, you monster. Tank, mech, flare, and battlecopter. T-copter pursuing infantry unit forward. At this rate, Blue may need to get out of flare up here. His command tank has been fully repaired. And good amount of inches so far, 41. The rocket he does have vision of. If the artillery is in range of the rocket with a superpower, he will have range for the rocket in return. Gage is getting pretty close to superpower. If red pushes forward, blue may be able to deploy out his superpower. Deletes that unit. I'm not sure what was there. Get some good hits there. It hits one of the artillery pieces. Battlecopter forward. Tank goes down. Spots the anti-air. There's another infantry unit there. Gage can deploy his superpower next turn. He just needs to generate 18 energies. 161 versus 142, so Judy's about a full turn ahead. So it's going to be no superpower this turn. Guys, get some good hits there. Takes the battlecopter while at it. Battlecopter hits the tank. Tank hits tank. Artillery hits tank. Battlecopter hits tank. Just going to be sacking on the battlecopters to get some good momentum. Battlecopter, tank, mech, and infantry. 161 versus 156. So when the battlecopter hits the tank, battlecopter strikes battlecopter. Gage has anti-air in range of the battlecopter, so you need a bit of a clear path. Rocket's down to ammo as well. Anti-air will strike the infantry in there, but doesn't get range of artillery. Hits the bike there. Tank hits tank. Tank finish off tank. A lot of targets from that artillery, but there's not enough front line for it. Gage may want to pop the superpower, so one way that would probably knock the anti-air there, allowing the battlecopter for reign supreme over here. I think, yeah, it should focus on the anti-air, so the battlecopter can just take over. Over here, rockets in range of a tank, that's about it. Does not go the superpower. It's the battlecopter there. Does hit a tank there, not the anti-air. I disagree with that. Looks off that tank, Judy's command tank there. Another battlecopter, infantry, and something. Tank. Tank, flare, and recon. Really raining on in. Looks like it's going to be no superpower this turn. Takes out the anti-air. Wooden anti-air falls back. Wooden tank falls back. Tank gets the woods. Goes from mech near the T-copter. Does not hit the anti-air, so now this battlecopter will be going down. Definitely should have trucked the battlecopter for the anti-air last time. Flare takes out the artillery. We have a medium tank down south. We got the Duster heading down south as well. And this rocket's down to 0 ammo. Goes for a rig. Ready to rig the game. Infantry, anti-air, battlecopter, and of course the rig. This is the recon down there. Anti-air, infantry, tank. Battlecopter hits the mech. Battlecopter hits artillery, takes out the mech there. Rocket's now in range of the medium tank down south. Tank, mech, and flare. Does pop the superpower, takes out the anti-air. That Rock is still in range of that medium tank. It's a tank there. HQ, of course, is starting to be captured there, but another 2 more turns. Mech artillery does get a shot there. Not super powerful superpower this last turn. It also does take out the battlecopter. Anti-air will be at 9 health, the other one's at full health, so should be able to get some good work done. Battlecopters hit artillery, a lot of aircraft from those anti-airs. And that should give Gage some good power charge going. Rocket hits the medium tank, it sends infantry into the medium tank. Seaplane, I didn't see that being built. You now have battlecopter, bike, tank. Takes out one of the battlecopters. Takes on another battlecopter. So that unit there. Battlecopter strikes battlecopter. And Gage already up to 37 energy. Tank strikes tank, tank strikes tank, medium tank strikes infantry. But now in range of the rocket. Infantry in medium tank. Right now we've got 20,000 versus 24,000, 130 versus 182. So Judy's in a pretty good position right now. Sacks the recon there, hits the infantry or mech thrice. Hits the anti-air, hits the anti-air. Duster takes out battlecopter, flare takes out anti-air. Also a bit of a clean sweep up north. Seaplane advancing, trying to get respied by the rig. Clipper's airport's on the way. Getting swarmed by these regular tanks there, and the rockets in range, able to zone up the medium tank that's going to come out, or going to pop out. I think I just saw another seaplane got queued on up, and Gage does resign there. There's Angrid saying, keep watching, and on to the next replay.